Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shan, but you can call me Shay, and in today's video, I'm gonna be journaling. So yeah, this is just an overhead shot. This is my journal, and I am gonna be journaling while I talk about how I've been neglecting my hobbies. Now, for this video itself, I started filming at like 9 p.m. because it has been so unbearably hot. Global warming is gonna be the death of us. It's been so unbearably hot. I knew that if I tried to do this at any other time, I would probably just sweat through the paper. So anyways, I am journaling about my art jamming with cats. I made a video on this, so go check that out, but I'm cutting up this like bag that I got. I'm planning on doing like 3 different spreads, or like 4 spreads technically. So this is the first one. I'm using this plastic bag as a background, and I'm just using the ephemera that I collected during this little solo date. But anyways, I am a hobby collector. I have a lot of hobbies. Journaling is one of it. Reading, writing poetry, maybe even songwriting, writing books, all that. But I feel like a lot of times life gets in the way of creativity. Whether it's, I'm a university student still, so whether it's assignments or the weather, just anything in general, we live in a time where hobbies are not something that we get a chance to do often. But creative hobbies are so important for self-expression that it sucks that we don't have time to do stuff. But anyways, I didn't know what to do with my YouTube channel. I still don't know. This is a video that I've not done. I've not done like a journaling video, I don't think. I'm running out of ideas. I feel like I consume a lot, but at the same time, I don't really know what to do, if that makes sense. More recently, I've started watching this YouTube channel by this YouTuber called Nessa. I'll put her channel on the screen or in the description. But she is so cool, and she's just this really creative person who she gives off this unintentionally cool vibes, which I try to have. But the thing I noticed is that the reason she's so cool is because she's just herself. She's unapologetically herself, and that's what makes her so cool. And I've been consuming a lot of her videos, and those are the videos I want to make, but I don't know how to go about that. So that sucks. I'm still figuring this out. I also started posting on Substack. I think that's another creative outlet. So Substack is just social media platform where you kind of just write articles. I like to read on there, and I've started writing. And yeah, I feel like I kind of have to force myself to do my hobbies, which kind of defeats the purpose of hobbies. But without it, what am I doing in my life anyway? Also, I'm just about to do a little bit of journal writing on this postcard, which is damaged. I don't know how it got damaged, but it is. But yeah, I'm trying to do more creative things. This art jamming thing was one of it. I got to paint. I'm carrying my journal around with me all the time. So I've got a few journals in my journal ecosystem. This one's the junk journal that you guys are seeing. I also have like this folio thing with like 3 notebooks. So one is like kind of like a commonplace notebook. I just call it like a random notebook where I write random stuff. Then I've got kind of like a planner and then a diary. I'm kind of avoiding my notes app. I tend to write on my notes app a lot. But I'm kind of trying to write down on a physical paper. Also, my signature, I realize I do the 3 stars and it's kind of like part of my signature now. Anyways, I have started writing more on paper than I do online or in any app, which I think is kind of helping me. I'm trying to get into this like analog vibe. So look at this sticker. This sticker is like the closest thing to Onyx, the black cat that I painted. But yeah, I've been trying to be more analog, trying to, write more things on paper, trying to read more. I feel like I'm kind of failing at that. Also with like reading, it's paper and like I don't want to rip the pages with like sweat or anything. Also this, I'm gonna I haven't print photos and stick it in. I haven't done that yet, so I will do that. But yeah, I said that a lot, I realize. Every time I finish a sentence I just say but yeah, for no reason. Actually, it's just part of my vocabulary at this point. Also, these postcards are kind of cool. I realized they're like cat magazine type thing. It's like Vogue but for cat. And these like cats there were really cute. If anyone is in Singapore, if you're watching this from Singapore, I recommend you do this. Wildflowers. It's at Enabling Village. You can book like a thing to... Oh my god, I am just realizing I took that sticker from the wrong end where I started. Oh, that's gonna bug me for days. I didn't realize that until now because I was sitting in the most awkward position ever. I think at one point my leg fell asleep. I was doing this in the living room coffee table. I was sitting on like a pillow. I was pretty much hogging this table for like a while. I need to get more washi tapes. I realized I have very limited washi tape colors. I have these 2 and then I have one that's gray and then one that's like paper bag brown. I should probably like get more colors because I use these a lot and I journal a lot. I don't use I need variety. With that being said, you don't actually need like a bunch of supplies to journal. It's more of a, if you want to, you can, but it doesn't have to be like a requirement. It's not a requirement at all. I like to journal with like junk. Not necessarily junk, but my definition of junk. I don't know if you can call this journal like junk journal or, some may just call it like an art journal or a scrapbook or just a creative journal. I just call it like an art journal or like a... I don't know, I use words interchangeably. For the most part, I like to use ephemera from any outing that I do, solo dates, or if I go out with friends and family. I like to collect things. And I like to buy stickers wherever I go so that I can like stick them in there. But at the same time, sometimes I have like pre-planned stuff that I'll print photos or I'll print like... I have like a bingo thing that I printed out, just like how I do my yearly goals. It's like a bingo for the year. I do those. I print out like vision boards, so it's not entirely junk journal. I know some people use junk journal strictly for like if you are journaling with junk. Like I'm not fully there. Also, I kept hitting the tripod because I'm literally sitting behind the tripod. I meant it when I said this was a ghetto setup. Also, I started filming this because I have no idea what to do. And voice over Shay here is recording this as like on the day this video is gonna go up. So you guys may be watching this on this day or like a different day, but I'm doing the voiceover on the day it's supposed to go up. I filmed this last night. Yeah, I forgot that flipped upwards, but here's the finished spread. I'll put a picture of that other postcard of what it's supposed to look like when I have the pictures in. Anyway, this is the kind of stuff I do. It looks pretty, and then some of it doesn't look pretty. It doesn't always have to look pretty. It's whatever. And I'm sticking these pages in, like together. I'm sticking the pages together because the spine might not hold up. I'm only like 20 pages in at this point, and it's already pretty bulky. And this book has like 123 pages, I think. Chances of this book collapsing on itself is pretty high, so I like to like stick pages together so that it doesn't get too bulky, if that makes sense. I know some people do it for like every other pages. I don't, because I'm scared of like running out of pages, because I want to like make it last for the whole year. But I think it will last. I mean, I'm on the 3rd month and I'm only 20 pages in, so I have like 100 pages to go. And this is like the real junk of the junk journaling. These are like ice cream packages. My dad got these. Okay, so my mom's friend got us these like ice cream, like from this brand. We really liked it, and then we wanted the same flavor that we got, could not find it, so he got like different flavors, and then I kept the packages, of course. And these junk or like ephemera has been sitting on my desk for months on end. I've accumulated so much. I wanted to do more, but at some point I started it was at like 1 hour footage, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. But I have collected so much junk, and I've not done anything with it. Oh, this is like a Baby Monster Oreo collab. I just got it because I thought it was interesting. Didn't realize that Baby Monster was a K-pop group. And then I got like a card, one of those like photo cards. Don't know who's on the photo card. Asked my friends if they want it. Nobody wanted it, so I just have a random K-pop photo card for a group that I don't listen to. I don't even listen to K-pop, girl. I just wanted the flavor. And this is me like mapping out where I want to place everything, just so that it is cohesive before I start sticking everything down. Because once you start sticking them down, you cannot remove them or you will rip the pages. And the fan was right above me, and I did not want to turn it off because I knew that it would get too warm. So I had to put stuff on top of these just so that they don't fly away. Also, I'm not really sure what to do with that, so I just kept going back and forth with these because I've collected so much that I was like, I need to put them down on the same page, or like I will need to start a new page, and I didn't want to do that. I like to play around with like junk and like how to place them just so they look nice. I've got this glue tape from Muji. Also, one thing I do with these like food packages, I will wipe it down with a wet tissue first, and then I will go in with like an alcohol swab to, I guess, sanitize it so that it's clean, and then I'll let it dry. That's like my way of cleaning the food packages, because if you're going to be sticking any kind of food packages, please clean them first. Don't stick dirty junk into your journal. I know it's called junk journal, but it doesn't have to be dirty. Also, the wind did me a favor and just stuck this down. I wasn't even ready. This one's also like a different ice cream flavor package. So the one with the ice cream picture is like a black tea thing. It more so tasted like diluted tea. It wasn't really black tea, it was more milk tea-ish. The packaging with the snowflakes was more so it's like this Japanese cookie, I think. It's like a white chocolate cookie, and it's just white chocolate flavored. So that was that ice cream. I just realized I also have the boxes that I was supposed to stick in. I have not done that yet. Ugh. I think the one thing about collecting a lot of... Also, I hate that I got the bubble, like the air bubble, but there was no way of fixing this. But I've collected so much junk. I feel like a hoarder. That's a lie. I am a hoarder, I know that. But it's like... I don't have time to do the journaling bit, the junk journaling bit. And that sucks, because this is something I really like doing, but life gets in the way all the time, and right now I am yapping away for no reason. If you're still watching this, please subscribe. I don't know why you're still watching this, but please subscribe. Anyways, I also filmed like putting the stickers up on my journal cover and then never posted it. Which I probably should. I'll probably post it on like YouTube Shorts or something. I realized, okay, I never really mentioned this, but I got into junk journaling through this YouTuber called Johanna Klo. She's like the junk journaling queen. She makes her own journals with like scrapbook paper and yeah, stuff like that. She sells them as well, and watching her videos is what like got me to consider doing this in the first place. Her videos are so fun, and I love like just watching her journal. Whenever I have like no motivation or like no ideas to what to do with my journal, I just watch her videos and I'm instantly inspired. She is, if I'm not wrong, she's Australian, and she, has kids. A lot of times she likes to stick in like art pieces by her kids. And her journal is so aesthetically pleasing. However, she doesn't try to make it aesthetic, if that makes sense. Like, she just goes in, does whatever she wants, and it just ends up looking aesthetic. I always want to achieve that level of, I don't know, creativity, but I never do. Also, the one thing I hate is cutting the excess off, because I always end up cutting the paper itself, and then the paper just ends up being smaller than the rest of them. A journaling essential, I would say, is glue tape. Glue sticks are good, but glue tape is the best. Sorry you can see me moving around in the corner. I was really getting restless. Every time I cut, it just... I don't know if you can see the whites on the page. It's because I ended up cutting off the original paper, and then when I stuck the two pages together, the second page kind of like peeked through, so I was trying to cut that off as well. So pretty much all of my pages have like a jaggedy edge anyway. It took me too long to cut the excess, so I kind of just cut the footage. And I found that wristband from a buffet that I went with my mom. My mom and I are like the buffet people. It was just the two of us. My twin and my dad are not really buffet people, so we just went. And this was like last year, I think. And I still had this, and I never ended up sticking it into my journal. And I thought, this is just a food page anyway, I might as well just stick it in. So I did. Because if I didn't, I don't think I would have ever stuck this in anywhere. But that is my finished page. So this is spread number 2. Number 3 and 4, it's on the same spread. Technically, it's just like on the 2 different pages. Usually I would refer to the 2 pages as a spread. However, these are different things I did together. So this, I filmed a video at Coffee Bean where I studied for 5 hours. I also burned my tongue drinking this coffee, and my tongue was just like burnt for like 3 days. But the packaging was so cute. It was like a Sakura themed thing. So I kept this, and I was like, oh, I should stick it in my journal. And I was trying to like figure out what the background should be, because I hate when it's like a plain background or it's like just boring. So I was, trying to add backgrounds, and I was trying to, find pink things. And I ended up with this plaid. Is it plaid or like gingham? I don't think this is gingham. I think it's plaid. This plaid thing that I printed. At the start of the year, I printed like a bunch of stuff. This is one of it. I've been liking that like Neapolitan ice cream aesthetic, if you've noticed. The like pink, brown, and cream. So this is one of it. And I thought I should just use this as well as that butterfly paper. I had used it in a previous page. I think it was the Christmas Wonderland page, and I had like leftovers. The thing about decorative paper is you can always use the leftovers. That's like the best part of it. There's no waste, I guess, because you kind of just use all of it. So I guess junk journaling is more of like an eco-friendly thing as much as it is a creative thing. So this is what I kind of landed on. And then this package was from a wallet that my uncle had bought me. He went on like a business trip, and then he came back with souvenirs, and this is like one of it. So I decided I should just stick that in. again, I'm using the glue tape for this instead of the glue stick. I feel that the glue stick is meant for more delicate materials, like the plastic bag, or just like thinner paper. This was on a regular like office paper, so it didn't really matter. I had a monitor in front of me, so I kept trying to fit what I was doing on camera. One of the best things about being able to sync your like tablets with your phone is being able to use it as a camera monitor, because I use my phone to film. And I was trying to put this in properly without any air bubbles, because I have a tendency to accidentally stick things down and then it's just at an awkward angle and I can't really do much about it. Kind of use like a random card to corner the edges, I guess. Usually I'd use like one of my expired bank cards as a squeegee, but I didn't feel like censoring it out, because one thing I hate about editing is censoring, and I just didn't want to do that, so I opted for a postcard as a squeegee instead. I pretty much did the rough cut of this video in the middle of the night, right after filming. Can you tell I had no idea what I was gonna say? Nothing planned. I'm just here with my thoughts, and you are also here with my thoughts. You would think pink is my favorite color by seeing this. It's actually red, like my nails. Also, I like doing this with any ephemera because it gets the fold proper. It's easier to close, because if you don't get that fold bit down properly, it will get significantly more bulkier. And I decided I should tape the side down. It's my best option at that point. I'm just realizing it matches my nails. And again, the air bubbles will always be my enemies of journaling, but I guess it gives that wabi-sabi. I had to sit off center because the camera was at the center, so I was pretty much on the corner, doing my best to seem like I'm in the center. Why, I have no idea, because I was gonna tell you guys anyway. So this is what the background looks like. And I started peeling the cardboard pieces off of the mug sleeve, or cup sleeve, I guess. There has to be an easier way to do this, but I was really struggling with trying to rip this out. And the reason I do this, and I think a lot of junk journalists do this as well, it's so that it doesn't make the journal too bulky. Because if it's just straight cardboard, it will add to the bulk. But by peeling off just the design and leaving the cardboard, it gives like it makes it thinner basically. And I decided this material was too fragile for the glue tape, so I went in with the glue stick. And this glue stick is a wild card. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the times it doesn't actually. So I had to go in multiple times with the glue stick. And I was trying not to rip the design, because it was already kind of ripping from being pulled off the cardboard. And the thing about glue sticks is, once you stick it out, you can still move it around, you can still take it off. But with glue tape, you can't do that. This is my attempts at sticking things down without a squeegee. I should actually get a squeegee, because my only squeegee is my bank card, and I don't think that's... I guess that's more eco-friendly, sustainable, but you know, for things like this, I can't use it. Also, let's not talk about the state of my hands. I didn't feel like, I don't know, putting on rings or anything, and it's just in a state, I'm realizing. And yes, I'm still shaking the tripod. And mind you, my mom was sitting on the other side of the table on the sofa, watching me struggle with the cardboard. There are a lot of cuts in this video simply because I take too much time to do things. I pretty much managed to cut down like half the time, I guess, which is shocking. I should maybe do this more often. I'm not sure. Let me know if I should do videos like this more often. Junk journal and yap, I guess. But I'm kind of forcing myself to go back to my hobbies, because what is life without art? I do quite like how this page turned out. This was not what I had originally planned for this page, but it looks good. I love the color scheme of it. Also, I just realized I've done like 2 pink spreads, because the art gemming one was an entirely pink background. At this point, I realized this piece of tissue kind of perfectly fit onto the page with the washi tape, like now adding to it. So I didn't really do much with that page. Originally, I wanted to add like the postcard. However, I realized that the postcard was thick and I did not want to just put that in there, so I might just do something else with it. I just stuck this tissue down. The wallet came wrapped in it. It was inside this like nice box. You can't really see the design on camera, but it's more obvious in person. My recorder just straight up glitched. But anyways, I'm cutting off the excess. I'm kind of cutting it a little bit more haphazardly. I went in later on to, I guess, clean up the edges. But the main reason I was cutting this was for the, I guess, sticker. It wasn't really a sticker, it was, I don't really know what this is called, but it was more of the logo thing. Kind of sticky, kind of not. I was trying to rip it out while retaining the stickiness of the sticker, but that didn't really work, so I ended up just going in with glue tape anyway. Anyways, we're coming to the end of this video. Let me know if you guys like this video, if I should do more of these, or if I should never do this again. Please let me know. Just like a little flip through. And while I do the flip through, I'll say subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a like if you like this video. Comment down below what you'd like to see next. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next week. Close-ups of my spread. This might actually be one of my favorites. And I actually like this one. This was a fun drawing session. Anyways, bye.